I'm sharing my screen. Let me know once. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so here with respect to all the access components, we have migrated to Ccm2 and we are using from Ccm2. But the only thing is, the discrepancy is, we are not using in the suggested way. We are getting those values through the Ccm1 backward compatibility code. So that's what today morning even I came to know about, because even I was thinking that we were all doing perfectly with respect to Ccm2. So the changes that are required is to enable Ccm2 is, so if I am right, there are only two changes required as of now. The first one is, if you see here in this page, CATS and enrichment are newly developed starting this year, or late last year. So these two services are enabled properly for both Ccm2 as well as service mesh. So the change from one of these components, enrichment services, in Ccm2 we have to have this profile, okay, UNR profile, and then the second change is this dependency, UNR dependency jar needs to be there. So if I am right, these two are the only changes that are required. So these two changes are not present in other services, other access services. For example, if you take merge data service, so we don't have the profile, as well as if we go to form.xml, we don't have it. So though we have enabled Ccm2, they were reading from Ccm1 backward compatible. So Ccm2 only, but through the backward compatible jobs of Ccm, right? So this is one of the changes that we were trying to do. And the second change is, so here we have something called GitOps. So what do you mean by GitOps? GitOps, maybe already you would be knowing, but still I would say for clarity. So if you go to one of these services, right, DCTech, Access, CATS. So if I go to one of the configs and see the config overrides page, here I have two things. One is operations and another one is script. So operations is admin UI. So I can change it in the front end. Say for example, if I want to change something around, I can go to properties, I can click edit, and then here I can change and then I can update. That will update the value form. And in case of production, it will ask me for the CRT to update it. So through this only we were doing for all the access services. But here if you see for CATS, we have another set of configurations that are set as Git. So from where this is coming is, this is coming from the CCM YAML spec, where all the configurations are added, and even through CCM YAML we can change and we can update the configurations. So this is not enabled for the massive reporting core configs that all the rest of the access service. So sorry.
The backward compatible one? These are the backward compatible.
Backward compatible is something different. That is through the Ccm1 jar. But here, if you go to any of this, say go to config override, we only have admin UI. We don't have Git. Because we haven't added CCM YAML for any of this. So we are managing it only through admin UI. So that's why Prabhu mentioned here as Ccm2 POM XML should have tuner library and then GitOps in the bracket. So first we are looking to set the Git YAML change for adding the tuner profile as well as the tuner jar. And then once that is done, we will tackle this GitOps facility. Because as I said in the morning, probably Rahul and Rohit would have been aware of, the way how we are doing in Access is we have a common reporting framework jar, and this jar file contain all the configurations and it will get into all these services, merge data service, create report service, everything. So we don't want to have separate CCM YAMLs in all these services. Instead, if the CCM YAML has to be present, it has to be present in this reporting framework. So, and again, every time when we want to change it through CCM YAML, we need to make a config change here and then create a pull request, merge it to the main of the reporting framework. That will take care of it. But instead, I would prefer going through admin itself. But anyway, we will try to enable the GitOps facility at least. So this is with respect to Ccm2. And then second, coming to the service mesh. Any question with the Ccm2? This is what we are trying to do. And I am trying to...
for GitOps, what changes we have to do? We need to push ccm.yml. This is the only change.
Correct.
Okay.
We need to get the ccm. So here if you go to reporting forward, you say
got it. Just to add one more thing. So for Ccm2 Java side also, I see like PDMS and other services which are using Ccm2, they are creating an interface for the properties. But for here, the services which are using Ccm1, we have a class component class, and that class. Can I share my screen for a second?
Yes. So is that change record, Rahul, for
that I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just basically going through with the. So if I'll show you this basically, I have changed this. This Redact consumer is also access service. So I was trying to change it to Ccm2. So me and Rishma basically were working on that. So we find like we have to make this as an interface. Otherwise, it was not basically once we are basically deploying the application, it was coming as null. And once we changed it to interface, it came as basically the object was populated.
Then I think it's something more than what I was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just yeah, we have to confirm like
because in cats and enrichment, I have seen some of these interfaces have been used. Some of these have been used as interfaces. I mean that, but I was under the impression there is one guy who developed both cats as well as enrichment. So I think he preferred that way of doing it. But the thing is, if it is the case, then probably I think I need to revisit the efforts required because it involves changes in the Java file as well.
Yeah, so as you can see here, we have to change this make is like a method get password, get algorithm, then it was working.
Okay, let me see. So Rohit, probably you can keep this in mind, Rohit, when you are try out the OT database just with the profile change as well as the form change. If that is working, then we are good. If not, then maybe we need to try converting this, and that's not going to be an
walk in the park.
Yes, easy job.
Yeah, so it actually refers to the reporting framework jar, right? I think we need to make the changes there as well. So
correct. That is the reason, because there are plenty of configs in that. Hundreds of configs. At least 100 files should be there, if I am right. So we need to change everything and there.
So we don't have reporting jar in this Redact consumer?
Reporting jar would be there.
No, so because I can see we have these so many three, four configuration which we created separately, like application config, consumer config. So are we also using the reporting as per you? Like we have one.
What the contact exam? If you see reporting framework, then so first dependency, you see second dependency, right? 105.1. That will be part of almost all the exercises. Yeah.
So these are the extra properties which is required only for this. That's why we are reloading these property here.
Encryption config, it is just for the namesake, that will not be used. But remaining of them, if you go into the business logic of the code, they will be using some of the configs from the reporting framework.
Reporting, okay. Right. So okay. So we'll use common property from there, and these are the specific which will basically directly going to change.
Correct. Encryption config we don't use it because I think encryption config is something like a template. The template comes along with every repository, right? But it may or may not be used in the business logic. Mostly it will not be used. But with respect to other configs, where and all it is used, we need to see.
Okay.
So yeah, then that's going to take some time. That's not a very simple and straightforward, right? But Rohit, anyway, you can check and confirm.
Sure.
Okay, so that is one thing. That is about Ccm2. Any other questions on Ccm2? Okay, so the second thing is service mesh. Service mesh we have enabled for almost all the access components, here we mentioned it as no, because the thing is we haven't enforced the policy authentication, right? Policy authentication in the sense, so you guys should be knowing that we have to generate that auth signature and then timestamp in every API call, right? So that is not strictly enforced in these services. So you can call without that, and these APIs will still work. Okay. So the Prabhu told we need to enable that, and so to enable that, probably we need to make some SRYAML configuration changes, probably. But that is not very quite simple, because the real danger is it can create something in production. So we have to study all the dependencies before actually getting into the production. So first we will start with.
You must be aware, like recently we got an issue like PDF, some service intake service was not able to access the PDMS because of this only, I guess.
Correct. So in production it failed, right? So the problem is we need to identify all the dependencies. I mean, let's try to identify it in dev environment itself, and then if not, at least in QA. So while we are going to production, we need to be 100% sure. So what are all the consumers who are invoking it? And then we need to ensure that all the authentication keys, versions, everything is properly added and properly obtained from the vault. And once we are confident, then we can move to production. Because, for example, not only the services, even the workflow calls some of the services. And even workflow needs to have the right consumer ID and everything in their API. Okay. So we need to see all the things for all the services, what and all we are going to make the change. So these are all the changes. Yeah.
Just one question, Isaac. So for this service mesh integration, the policy enable is one thing. Another thing is the sidecar, basically which the layer which is doing that authentication. But so my question is, do we have that that pod basically with each application?
Yeah.
Sidecar, Istio sidecar.
Istio sidecar is something that will come with every pod. Okay. So all you need to do is you need to set this one up properly. Like if you go to YAML, you will see a file called signature.properties.
Yes.
Here you see, right? Signature.properties, which is put into /etc secrets.
Yes.
The signature.property should contain the private key and the key version.
Yes.
This comes from Vault. So if you have it set up properly, then automatically your Istio proxy will interpret this from your pod, and it will take care of generating and injecting auth signature and then the timestamp to every request that is going out of this pod.
Got it. So this is basically, I'm just clearing my doubt. So this is the basically way, Istio basically intercepting the request.
Exactly. So let me give you one URL. Just a minute. I will share one URL. Yeah. And that one clearly talks about this. So it's a console DX URL.
Yeah, please share that.
This one will tell you what needs to be done for this. And another thing is we shouldn't do HTTPS. Only HTTP will be supported for search.
Okay.
Step back to load.
Yeah, just ping will open.
Yeah, I will put it in chat. Okay. Try opening.
Hello. आपने अभी पोस्ट किया था क्या?
It's loading for me as well.
Okay,
yes, loading.
Just try it out, and once it comes, right, you can refer.
Yes.
It will clearly talk about what are all the steps you need to follow for.
Yeah. But service mesh, I guess it will be a time-taking process because we have to identify the consumers, then we have to basically generate keys and all.
Correct. So first time enabling in production would be a kind of, that could be somewhat easy. But now everything is working in production. So now if you introduce something and break it, then it will block something in production. So we need to study all the dependencies first.
Yeah. So we have to call out this.
Yes. Okay, so these two are the things that I wanted to discuss with. I have discussed with the US team as well, and then we will see how we can proceed forward based on the updates from Google.
Okay, Rohit, please let us know, okay?
I'll keep everyone posted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, one last thing, Isaac. Actually, there are few UI components and one JSON server also. So I was basically deploying these applications. So I don't think there is
No,
any
I don't
need
think.
of.
I don't think JSON server is required actually. JSON server, I think it was developed for some
Testing purpose.
automated testing purpose, which is
But
not
Redact
being used. Yeah, Redact only.
But
That is related with Redact, I believe.
Redact UI. There is one Redact UI.
Yeah, Redact UI is required actually. Redact UI, I am waiting for Mithun. He is out of office today.
Yeah.
So once he comes tomorrow, we can get a confirmation from him. And if I am right, all the Redact apps follow the electrode standards, and I don't know whether they will come under.
Actually, it's a UI application. It's not using any configuration Ccm2 integration, I guess, because it is. I have seen. I basically checked in the code. There is only JavaScript code.
Okay.
No Java. So I don't think we need to integrate with Ccm2 for that.
Yeah, let Mithun come tomorrow. We will confirm with them. Okay, about the UI component, but JSON server, I don't think it is being used, and there are certain unused components like even attribute mapping that is also not in production. So to confirm what are all the active services that are used, just go to one of the production clusters. So SUS prod A28 or WS prod A25. So these are all the production clusters. Go there and let me give this so we can. I am putting it in chat for everyone's benefit. So WS prod A25, and if you go to any of these clusters and use this namespace CCPA-reporting, so here you will see all the services that are running in prod. Okay, these are all the services that are required. So remaining services, like if you see there is one repo called purpose source retrieve that is not used, even attribute mapping that is also not in prod. So you need not worry about those things. Those things will eventually go off. Okay, so that's all, guys. There is nothing else that you can write. You can just take note of whatever I have said in chat.